And I welcome Doc Todd, our Father Todd. Good that you could be with us again and share your love of God. And to those not logged in, you are more than welcome to this table of miracles where the divine touches hearts. And no agenda to control, to convert, or to persuade you in any way that would compromise your divinity as a child of God. But we begin, as we always begin, by lighting a candle for peace, for God's peace. So I invite you, if you have a candle nearby, then you're more than welcome to join me and we light them together. And we say to our Father, Mother God, in the presence of the cosmic Christ and the company of heaven, we light this light in the name of our loving Father, Mother God, in the name of the risen cosmic Christ who loves life, in the name of the Spirit of God who is the fire of life, in the name of Gaia, our beloved Earth Mother, who nurtures the divine in all life, in the name of all faith traditions and none, for they are the children of the one God. They are our brothers and sisters, members of the mystical body of Christ. And for you who have joined us, we welcome you in the name of love. Let us be still. Let us relax and come into the presence of love. That love is selfless love. That love is a respectful love. And that love is a humbling love. So let us now just make ourselves comfortable. Kick off the shoes and allow your feet to experience the gift of Gaia's love to you. And if your pets are nearby, welcome them, for they are friends of God. St. Francis of Assisi trusted the animal kingdom and seen them as God's little teachers, because they brought unconditional love. And they have a rightful share on this landscape. So let us invite our pets. Mine are here by my feet, snoring their little hearts out. I hope you can't hear them because Winston, he's so loud, as is Clemmy and Poppy. Let us just be still and come as a beloved of the Supreme. And to start us, I'm going to play a beautiful track from one of the CDs here. And it is very special to me. And it's by Shiana Knoll singing, "Peace be with you." So let us sit back and listen to those beautiful words, "Peace be with you."
Peace be with you, oh my dear. Peace
Peace be with you. We call on the Father, Mother God. We call on your spiritual teachers, whoever they may be, and we invite them to this table of love. We invite them to come and speak to all our hearts about the gift of peace. Not the gift of any old peace, but the gift of divine peace. A peace that is everlasting, a peace that is eternal, a peace that is accessible. But we have to use our gift of free will, because today so many people sadly expect to be nannied instead of coming to the Supreme God, surrendering their heart to love and using their gift of free will, and by inviting, invoking, and asking God for the gift of peace. Peace is achievable. Peace is possible. And peace comes with the gifts from God. Allow me to share with you some reflections from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Do as you would be done by. We should share the sufferings of our fellow human beings and practice compassion and tolerance, not only towards our loved ones, but towards our enemies. Do those words resonate with another great teacher? For me, they resonate with the Christ, the barefoot Galilean, in one of the commandments from God. And again, His Holiness says, work for the welfare of others. Our daily thoughts and actions should be directed toward the benefit of others, not self, others. But again, you've heard me say it so many times, I guess I've become God's parrot. When Jesus said, whatever you do for the least of these, my children, you do for me. When you step out of your comfort zone, like me sitting here in front of the camera, when my mind is telling me I should be tucked up in bed, but my heart is saying, honor your promise. Honor your promise. So whatever you and I do for those who are hurting and who are in need, and particularly who are not of the same belief as you or me, that is the challenge. And I did not realize the impact of the challenge that Francis and Jesus gave to my heart in 2008. When I was asked simply to embrace all faiths, not in the boardroom, but in my daily living, by sharing Franciscan hospitality, which is selfless love. And that's rooted in the teachings of all the great world religions and the Abrahamic faiths, Jew, Muslim and Christian. At this table, let us take heart. We do live in a beautiful world, because every blade of grass, flower, every plant has the presence of God within. And though mankind has taken different choices to God's will for them, we still have to love them and pray for them. And that is the challenge. It's so easy to love our friends and listen to the adulations feeding our pride and our greed. But it's not easy when someone slanders you, like I was 2 years ago by my dear young brother on the internet. But the evil one can come to us in many disguises. He is the father of lies, and he is leading many beautiful light beings of peace, many ministers, priests, religious imams and rabbis, from their true vocation to follow a different path. But we know in our heart that whatever we do for love, for the love of God and God's creation, it never goes unnoticed. But we don't do it for notice, like the members of our community, our brothers and sisters, who have embraced a simpler way of living. And they come from different faiths, but they live a life of simplicity, a life honoring their heart, their teacher, and embracing their God in the life they live from their monastery without walls, their home. And we dedicate our life for peace, for unity, and in God's time, not mine, there will be peace. And that is what we trust in. My faith is very simple now, and I believe that whatever I ask, of God, in the name of Christ, it is done. I may never see the results. Maybe I'm not meant to, but I know that the many wounded souls that have come here on a retreat or to see me on a one-to-one, when I've been asked by God to place my hands on them and bring in the Christ light, the healing light and love of the cosmic Christ, something happens. And it happens gradually, where their lives are completely turned around and where they see the face of their God, having surrendered their heart to love. Is that where some of you are now? You're on the cusp of taking that leap, but apprehensive. Trust your heart. Your heart is your teacher. It is so easy to carry on doing the same things to a structure that can become a punitive structure, as it was for me as a young nursing monk in a Catholic order that abided by a rule that was 14th century old, and you daredn't break those rules, and in time they stifled and killed the spirit. It is my simple belief that today the Father, Mother, God, through Christ and the great prophets and teachers, the Lord Buddha, Vishnu, Ganesh, Krishna, Francis of Assisi, Martin Luther King even, the great holy men and women of the indigenous peoples, the Native American Indians, we are being guided to come home to our heart. And the moment we come to the heart, we hear a voice in the stillness that says, "Welcome home." And usually the next message given says, "Surrender your heart to love." And then receive the pearl of great price, the love of your God. I would like to share with you some beautiful words from a great man that I love dearly, a man who paid the price for his discipleship as a Dominican priest, like many great men and women in the Catholic Church who dared question Cardinal Ratzinger, who was then Pope Benedict. Christ consciousness is heart consciousness. The heart that breaks open can contain the whole universe. All is registered in the boundless heart of the Bodhisattva through our deepest and innermost responses to our world, to hunger and torture and the threat of annihilation. We touch that boundless heart. Experience the pain. Let us not fear its impact on ourselves or on others. We will not shatter, for we are not objects that can break. Nor will we get stuck in this pain, for it is dynamic. It flows through us. Yes, it does. Drop our defenses. Let us stay present to its flow. Express it in words, in movements and sounds. The cosmic Christ is present wherever there is pain. And today, in this beautiful world, there is so much pain and unnecessary suffering caused by man's disobedience to his heart and to his God. What is happening in Afghanistan, in Syria, in Turkey, and across the world is not of God, though God is blamed. It is man's disobedience. Or as an old monk said to me many years ago, in fact, 47 years ago today, on the 6th of June, 1966, I left home with my mum and dad. I was 16 and a half years old, and we made a long trip of 400 miles to a little island in the southern tip of Ireland, where I entered the monastery to become a nursing monk. 47 years ago. It seems like yesterday. So the pain and the suffering that we have in our world today, the cosmic Christ is present in the pain of the children of God. Pain, the pains of the victims of sexual abuse from clergy. Christ is present in that pain. From young women and young girls who are denied their basic rights as a child of God, Christ is in their pain. In the prisoner, those in the sex industry who have been forced against their will, Christ is in their pain. Those who are attempting suicide or who are dying, who are in real pain or mental torture because of the impact of mental illness, Christ is in their pain. The cosmic Christ unites all this pain in one divine heart, in the one divine but wounded body of the Christ, which is the body of the universe, loved by the mystical heart of God. The cosmic Christ is the crucified and suffering one in every creature just as much as the cosmic Christ is the radiant one, the divine mirror glistening and glittering in every creature. Divinity is not spared suffering. That is the lesson of the cosmic Christ who suffers. And those of us who've been called to holy orders or to the monastic life, and especially our members, many of us have paid the price from our religious family. I know I have as a Catholic Christian. Where one's superiors are not in favor of one stepping out of their remit and having brothers and sisters of different faiths share worship. There is a price to pay for honoring your heart and for speaking your truth. But as Jesus said, my ways are not your ways, and your ways are not mine. Honor your heart. Honor your teacher. And stay focused through the simplicity of your life in prayer. Peace, it does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. At this table now, let us sense the peace of the cosmic Christ, for he recognizes in you your struggles. He knows your shadows, and he empathizes with the pain of your journey. And he invites you now to come naked as a child of God, to come in your woundedness and to allow him touch you and embrace you. He is not only the Son of Allah, Yahweh, God's supreme source. He is our brother. He is a great teacher. And he is our spiritual lover. And those of us who've consecrated our lives in service to God for peace and unity, we become part of the mystical marriage, the Hieros Gamos, where our heart is consecrated to God. Let us allow the Christ come to you now, and in the silence, let us see his beautiful heart, the mystical heart of God. Let us look at that beautiful heart and know that it is a heart that experiences pain when each child of God refuses the hand of friendship, or when the children of God who've been given plenty, who've been anointed and appointed to be God's representative on earth, when they defy God's love and become arrogant and conceited, and who lead many astray through a different language that is not the language of love. I want you to experience the healing touch of the Christ's hands on your heart. Just visualize his hands touching your heart. Feel the heartbeat of God in those sacred hands as they massage your wounded heart and bring you the peace of God, a peace that is rich, a peace that is eternal, a peace that is freely given to those who ask. Just sense the love of your God enfold you, hold you. Now listen. Listen to the voice of the Beloved. Speak to your heart. Speak to your heart. And with every in-breath that you breathe, you are receiving a surge of the Christ's love for you. It is not a religious love. It does not represent a spiritual belief such as Christianity, Judaism, or Islam. It is a spiritual love. It is a gift from the source. It is selfless love. It is a healing love. It is a humbling love. Be still now in the presence of the Beloved, and let us give thanks for the healing touch of the cosmic Christ to your life right now. Embrace your divinity as a child of God. And the mantra I say often when I'm discouraged, depressed and despondent, I am loved. I am love. I am a child of God. And I am loved for who I am, because I am a child of God. We now come to the close of our session, and we say the Celtic blessing. The blessings of heaven, the blessings of earth, the blessings of sea and sky, be on those we love this day and on every human family. The gift of heaven, the gift of earth, the gifts of sea and sky, the gifts of brother sun and sister moon. Let the peace of the cosmic Christ flow through you and raise you up as a child of God.